Solana has been quietly going parabolic over the last few days, but why, and what's driving Hyperliquid's insane growth that outpaces even traditional stock market exchanges? This is your Altcoin Buzz News. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when I drop latest content. We're also on Twitter, altcoinbuzz.io, and as always, is not financial advice, and wish the best of luck in your crypto ventures. Also, make sure to join us for our X Spaces Tuesday to Friday at our new time, 9 a.m. EST, link down below. All right, good morning, you guys. Bitcoin is looking great, and altcoins are actually even looking better than Bitcoin. But right now, we've come up almost to about, actually, we came up over 116,000 last night. We're starting to sell off a little bit here before New York Open, but this is actually what we wanted. So we finally broke above here, which is a change of market structure on the daily time frame. So we've broken above here. We've clearly, closed a daily candle above here now. And so any buys down here between 113.5 down towards 112, I'll be looking to buy. So pretty much this whole kind of range right here, this is where I will be looking to pick up buys for Bitcoin and longing it back up at least to the mid-range here, but most likely back here towards the top of this range. So I like how Bitcoin is looking today. If we get any kind of sell-off into New York Open or after New York Open, this is where I'll be looking to pick up some buys for Bitcoin today. But yeah, things are looking good. Now we have Cass saying Bitcoin sharks are going all in. In just the last 7 days, they've added 65,000 Bitcoin to their stacks, the fastest pace of buying we've seen this year. Over the past month, their holdings jumped by 93,000 Bitcoin, pushing their total holdings to a record 3.65 million Bitcoin. This isn't retail noise. These are mid-sized whales who historically buy aggressively during key market setups. When this group ramps up, it's usually signals strong conviction that bigger moves are ahead. Sharks are quietly front-running the next phase of the cycle. You can see here, shark net position changes, and it's kind of like we were talking about yesterday with the people who accumulate and then never sell. These are the kind of people we want buying Bitcoin, and the sharks are buying right now. We have also Crypto Rover saying once September turns green for Bitcoin, Q4 is always mega bullish. So we can see here, September, historically not one of the best months. We were expecting it to kind of be red this month. But when it is green, we usually have a good follow through in the next couple of months. So not saying it's going to 100%, close green right now. We still have, a couple 20 more days this month. But if it is green and we are good, it is historically going to be a good, rest of the quarter, I guess you could say. So when it is, you can see down here towards 2016 and 2015 as well. You can see when September is green, the quarter is green. You can also see it for 2023, 2024, and hopefully this year as well. And a quick shout out to Surge. It's this risk-free prediction game on Telegram where you just swipe to guess pump or dump, you earn rewards, and you pick up some market skills while you're at it. They've also kicked off a daily giveaway, which is super simple. Every day there's a coin of the day, and today it's Sui. All you gotta do is swipe to find it on the Surge app, screenshot it, and drop it under their tweet. One random reply wins $10 USDT, so it's super easy. So check out Surge, have some fun swiping, and maybe snag some prizes along the way. And then moving on to one of the biggest gainers, we have Solana, and we have Lark Davis saying, Solana feels like it's lining up for the trade of the cycle. ETFs coming, treasury purchases, upgrades making it faster and cheaper, and price goes higher. Bitwise CEO Matt Hogan thinks Sol could be in position similar to when Bitcoin was at 40K and ETH was at 1600, meaning Solana's bullish tailwinds could ignite a 3x in price within a short matter of time. We also have Solana Floor saying DTCC has listed Fidelity's Solana ETF, FSOL. Now this doesn't mean that the SEC will approve it, but DTCC listings are standard procedure for ETFs. They may be potentially approved. So we have in the system for Solana ETF, which could potentially be coming out soon. We also have Look On Chain saying Galaxy Digital just bought another 706,000 Solana for $160 million in the past 24 hours. And their total buy is a massive 2.1 million Solana for 486 million. We also have Galaxy CEO Mike Novogratz says that Solana processes 14 billion daily transactions, which is more than equities, fixed income, and commodities and FX combined. So he said this.
Why Solana at this moment? Total transactions per second Solana can do in a day is 14 billion. That's more than total transactions on equities, fixed income, commodities, and foreign exchange, right? And so you've got a blockchain that's now fast enough, tailor-made to be the blockchain for financial markets. And you got an SEC chair saying, I want you to build on chain. And so those two things are lining up. I'm calling this the season of Sol. Right behind us, you've got Dan Moorhead, who's coming with a Sol fund, a Sol treasury company.
And at the same time, the NASDAQ just filed to trade tokenized stocks. This is the exchange that underpins the U.S. equity markets. It could plug trillions in equities directly onto blockchain rails. And so this is kind of why people are, going towards Solana and believe that Solana is kind of be the, the place for a lot of these RWAs. And it's also the catch-up trade. What's interesting right now also is if we go to Solana's market cap, it's actually at the highest all-time high market cap, even though price has been higher, around $290. The market cap is at its highest than it was even back in January when it hit its all-time high, because obviously there's more coins coming out. So even though price is a little bit lower, the market cap is an all-time high, showing there is huge demand for this. You can see here, back here, we had price at, doesn't show the exact top, but we went to like 290 back in January 18th. And right now the price is lower, but the market cap is actually still higher. And we also have Kyle Samani saying, today Forward Industries closed on a $1.65 billion pipe co-sponsored by my firm, Multicoin Cap, along with Jump Capital and Galaxy HQ. 100% USD, no in kind. I'm now a chairman of the company. In addition to Multicoin's investment, I invested $25 million personally into the pipe. He also recently said this on the Solana Treasury.
Today we announced the closing of a $1.65 billion pipe. And a few cool notes to add about that. First is, in addition to Multicoin's investment, I actually invested $25 million personally into the vehicle as well, showing really my excitement and dedication and commitment to the opportunity. Second is, we got this money raised in 2 weeks. The demand for this thing was off the charts. We had to cut a bunch of people back. And we just recognized that like institutional investors around the world want to have access to Solana. They want to have access to a company and a management team that knows the Solana ecosystem and industry, and that can ultimately do interesting things in that position, in that role. And so we're very, very fortunate and excited to be here. The company is super excited as well. It's a NASDAQ listed company, and the ticker is Ford, F-O-R-D.
And then we also have STSS, which is Sharps Technology, just announced a $400 million acquisition of Solana. And this marks their first Solana purchase, instantly making them the largest digital asset treasury on Solana, according to the official Solana Treasury site. We also at the same time have BitMining as 17K sold to its treasury, purchasing total reserves of 44,000 Solana. So treasury companies buying Solana is the new meta, it seems. And Solana has just been not quietly, but it's been creeping up. So the reason I said quietly is because we had this chop for what it seemed like over a month, really. We had this kind of upwards chop where, like, yes, it was going up, but it was also like, ETH was the main talking point, and so was Bitcoin, really, during this whole time. So it's been just kind of quietly accumulating, and then we kind of just pumped up. And so this is what I was saying. There's one of two solutions where it's either just going to break out like crazy, or we were going to have bad PPI and CPI numbers, which would take it down and take out all these stops before heading back up. Since the numbers came out good, it seems it is the breakout trade here. And this is kind of an area where it's tough because I'm not sure if we're going to get this full retrace back here down towards $218, which is where I'd like a level reclaim. Because it is so bullish, it just went straight up here to this pretty much next level of resistance around 240-ish, where it's sitting at right about now. And I was saying, once we break through here to around 218, we're going to 260 very quickly, and we're already halfway there right now. So that is the kind of issue right now. There's nothing for me to trade on this right now. We're going to want to see it either consolidate right here somewhere between 240, and then you can look for a trade to get in, or you want it to come back down here, which I don't know if it's going to come back down here. So it's a little bit tough right now. We're going to have to wait to see how this consolidates over the next few days. But Solana is definitely one to watch, and it's the fastest horse right now. So you're going to want to look on lower time frames for different setups. You can see here, this is just upwards grinding up and then a breakout. And so now if we can get any kind of, price coming down here, down towards 230, mark a bottom, consolidate, that's an area where I'll be looking to enter on Solana. Maybe over the weekend. We'll have to see how it goes going after New York Open. And then moving on, we have XRP re-enters the top 100 global assets by market cap. So not just crypto, top global assets by market cap at $181.8 billion. Right in front of HDFC Bank, which is number 100. We also have the Solana and XRP ETFs. Approval is much closer than you think because they both got listed on the DTCC today as well. Then we have All in Crypto saying, interesting that XRP exchange reserves jumped up overnight massively, the largest jump ever recorded. Our exchange is getting ready for demand surge or something else going on. So is an XRP ETF about to happen, or are they about to sell a bunch of XRP on the exchanges? We'll have to see. Now, XRP has broken out of this trend line, which I like. If we can get any kind of pullback down here towards, I don't know if this is going to happen at this point, $2.86, which is where I'd like to enter. I'm not sure if we're going to go this steep, but if we go down towards $2.90-ish cents, any kind of pullback here, I think is probably a pretty good area. As we were breaking out of this trend line, we're retesting it, and I think that we're going back up here towards $3.30 at the very least, and then probably back towards new highs around $3.65 soon afterwards. So I think if Bitcoin wants to continue trending upwards, I think altcoins are actually performing a little bit better right now. I think we're going to start seeing a lot of these altcoins just start popping off left and right and doing 5-10% days across the board going forward. And XRP is looking good. A lot of the charts look very similar to this right now, where we have this trend line that has finally broken out, and now it looks like we're kind of doing a retest of them. And then I think we're going to break out and continue much higher on a lot of these altcoins. And then a coin we haven't talked about in a while, we have Aptos, saying Wall Street and Aptos, capital goes where money moves best. So Wall Street asset managers like BlackRock, Franklin Templeton, and Apollo are building on Aptos. We also have Aptos saying Aptos already opened the door. The co-founder and CEO of Aptos Labs testified in front of Congress earlier this year to advocate for crypto's real-world use cases. And so then Aptos has been sitting around the bottom of the range for a long time now, ignored, forgotten, and under the radar. But the Aptos team has been building quietly with their heads down. Avery Ching, the CEO of Aptos, testified in front of Congress earlier this year to advocate for crypto's real-world use cases. This tells me 3 things. Since the change of CEO, Aptos went into quiet mode, but at the back end, devs were deving. Check the TVL and stablecoins market cap growth. And the new CEO speaking about real-world use cases of crypto means the team may have started building towards the RWA direction before that. One more thing to point out is that Aptos is a US-based company, so the US government won't hesitate to support them. And then also Axel says Aptos is quietly doing everything right. It's one of my comfy American coin narrative plays with headquarters in the US. The co-founder pulled up to Congress pushing crypto and penning Bitwise Aptos ETF at the US SEC. While covering every on-chain base, they're the top 3 chain in RWAs. They have a stablecoin supply cracking $1 billion, and DeFi TVL sits at $750 million, peaked at $1 billion. All this while Aptos on its historical high time frame support, misprice or accumulation. So this is what I want to show you. This is kind of crazy. If we look at Aptos here, it is not holding up with the rest of the market. This is Aptos's price, and most other coins are probably somewhere up here in relative terms. I mean, if you look at SUI, it's way higher, which is kind of the closest competitor. And Aptos is way down here in this accumulation range. So maybe it's accumulating, maybe it's just, they've been quietly building. So there is a potential opportunity here, but I wouldn't enter just yet. So for me, Aptos is still in this range. So you can see we've pretty much been here since around March, but realistically, we've been here since around February. So this has been a multi-month range that we've been accumulating in right now. And if I was to get interested in Aptos, I'd want to see a confirmed breakout where we would at the very least break out above $5.64. So while this is still about 24% away, you could be getting a better entry if you were to buy it down here. I would prefer to buy above here because it is actually a confirmed breakout and it shows that there's actual momentum, because who knows how much longer it could be in here. I mean, we've been here since basically February. Are we going to be here for another 6 months, just going sideways in this range here? So this is not where I would want to be buying it. I'd be paying attention. I'd set alerts above here. And so if we do break above $5.60 and retest this is going to be a great trade, because it's most likely at the very least going to trade back up here towards $8.65 to this level of resistance right here. So that's a great trade right here, but it's not one to buy just yet, but it is one to keep an eye on for the future, because it is a possible breakout trade. And a lot of things are already much higher, so Aptos could be doing a catch-up trade later on. But we're gonna have to watch out for that and just set your alerts for this level once we break out of here. And then for the coin breaking new all-time highs daily, we have Hyperliquid, which actually just went to $57. It's at a $15 billion market cap, fully diluted $56 billion, and it has just been taking over. So we have Look on Chain saying whales continue to buy hype. This one whale bought 86,000 hype for $4.88 million and bought $2.74 million of pump. PayPal saying we're all in. Let's expand the Hyperliquid community together across our broad network of 400 million plus PayPal and Venmo accounts. So PayPal is also vying for the stablecoin support on Hyperliquid. You can see here we have Big Ryan saying PayPal is making a heavy play, going all in on USDH with Hyperliquid. A PayPal partnership with Hyperliquid would be a game changer. With 400 million plus users, a $20 million boost, PayPal fuels Hyperliquid's growth, a regulated edge with USDH's Paxos-backed, MiCA-compliant, unlike USDT, and it's seamless with USDH in checkout, Braintree, and CryptoPay. So they are one of the few companies vying for the Hyperliquid thing. Now with Bankless saying the race for USDH on Hyperliquid, Hyperliquid's exchange is soaring, hitting new highs with innovative network designs. Its latest move, the much-anticipated USDH stablecoin, set to reshape its ecosystem and boost efficiency. So what is USDH? Last Wednesday's request for proposals invited stablecoin issuers to pitch Hyperliquid's community on issuing USDH, a move to stimulate spot markets, reduce USDC dependence, and boost exchange efficiency. When launched, USDH will be used in select spot pairs, cutting trading fees by 80%, and this strengthens Hypercore, Hyperliquid's flagship exchange, by balancing its spot volumes, which lags behind its perp business. Furthermore, Hyperliquid holds 8% of Circle's USDC in its bridge, creating reliance on third party and leaking $100 million annually to Coinbase, with no yield returning into its ecosystem. A native stablecoin would eliminate this drain and recycle, and $200 million in USDC revenue to fuel Hyperliquid's growth. Now, 3 teams stand out for a Hyperliquid first compliant natively minted USD stablecoin, according to Reciprocal Ventures. Now, first we have Native Markets, and the proposal offers revenue splits for Hyperliquid buybacks and growth initiatives with strong regulatory alignment. Then we have Athena Labs, which we talked about a couple days ago, which brings in DeFi credibility, promising $75 million to grow USDH and partnerships with Securitize and Anchor Digital. However, their broader focus raises concerns about alignment with Hyperliquid's ethos. And then there's also Paxos, which gained traction with the V2 proposal, emphasizing a PayPal partnership, which we just mentioned, and Hyperliquid listings on PayPal and Venmo, free global off and on ramps, and $20 million in incentives. Their tiered revenue system starts at 0% fees until 1 billion TVL, scaling to 70% for Hyperliquid's assisted fund, 25% growth, and 5% for Paxos and Hype above $5 billion. Paxos also offers regulatory strength, but feels more corporate. So who wins? Regardless of who wins, these last few days have been something incredible to watch and should be seen as a moment for triumph in the crypto space. Crypto has built a product so sought after and desired that we have institutions powering up Discord and writing out lengthy proposals, recognizing the enormous opportunities that is Hyperliquid, as well as the model that it sets. So this is a crazy chart. Hyperliquid is very overextended, it seems, on the daily chart. So it's hard to get into this right now. You could go to the lower time frames and look for maybe, a sell-off back down here towards this, $53, and then look for it to continue higher. But I will say, because of the whole proposal thing and, it ending today or tomorrow, I do think, whales have been buying into this all the way since down here around $42. And I think they'll probably be selling off today or tomorrow as we kind of finish this proposal. So where that ends, I'm not entirely sure. If it ends, back down here towards $52, if we go all the way back down here towards $49 and do a retest, I'm not sure if it'll be that steep. But we're really gonna have to pay attention to the proposal more so than just the price action right now, because that'll kind of guide us. And that proposal is what took us from all the way down here around $42 all the way up here. So I think whatever happens there, this is more of less of a technical analysis thing and more of a fundamental analysis thing for Hyperliquid. So that is Hype. It's looking great, but it's not in an area that I would be bidding right now. And then lastly for today, we have XBO Ventures invest $25 million in Rapyd Series F. So XBO Ventures is the investment arm of the crypto exchange XBO.com. It's made a bold move by investing $25 million into Rapyd's $500 million Series F round. Rapyd is a global platform that makes cross-border payments and financial services easier. This deal opens the door for XBO Ventures and its portfolio companies to tap directly into its powerful infrastructure. By joining forces with Rapyd, XBO Ventures gains priority access to advanced financial tools used by major businesses worldwide. This includes services like payment processing, secure custody for digital assets, and corporate wallet management. It also covers fiat on and off ramps that helps users move between traditional money and cryptocurrencies. For example, a Web3 gaming startup in Europe can now integrate their services at scale. This gives players seamless options to pay with crypto or fiat without dealing with the usual red tape. Rapyd is preparing to expand further into Web3, exploring use cases in decentralized finance and embedded finance. These efforts reflect a wider industry push in bringing crypto closer to mainstream financial systems, ensuring that businesses and consumers alike enjoy faster, safer, and more flexible payment offers. So that is XBO Ventures and Rapyd, and that's the video for today, guys. And so hopefully we can get some bids filled down here between 13 and around 112. Similar with other coins like XRP that have broken out of their trend lines and they're coming back down to retest from the overside here. I'm looking to bid on those different altcoins as well. But that is the video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on Monday.